everybody, what's going on? My name is Will. Welcome back to another episode here on Calmsden Farms. Hope that you guys are all doing okay, and welcome back to another episode here on the farm. I hope that you guys are all doing okay. So what are we up to today then? Well, we've got to go ahead and we need to go ahead and pick up all of the grass out of field number 4. That is going to be our first job for today's episode. We haven't actually got any animals in here yet. I'm going to be asking them to be loaded up this afternoon. I might need to get myself a bigger animal trailer. I was kind of considering that. Funnily enough, there's an animal trailer there, but that is a big old animal trailer, isn't it? That's huge. Not unfortunately what we're after. 57% off of that. Yeah, I mean, it's not particularly anything interesting there. So yeah, but I hope that you guys are all doing okay. And welcome back to another episode here on the farm. So no more new contracts at the moment, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a shame. So we're going to get this all rowed up today and get it all collected. And then like I said, what we can do, we can go ahead and I'm going to rent a smaller trailer as well. I'm pretty sure, so they can load up a few more at a time. I'd like to rent potentially another one. It doesn't need to be mega expensive, just some money. It's 861 quid, something like that. It doesn't need to be mega money. What's that? That will probably do, to be honest. Fit 9 sheep in there. Yeah, so I think we're going to lease that as well. Just so obviously we have enough time to be able to do it all. Because obviously, so when they come in, they only do it like once a day. So usually, I think they come in usually at 5 o'clock in the night, or in the afternoon. Obviously, once I've finished, to obviously load them all up. So in the morning, sorry, not 5 o'clock. No, they come in at 7 AM in the morning. What am I saying here? They will come in to do this at 7 AM in the morning. So obviously they'll all be loaded up, ready for us to go. So if we go ahead and lease that out, I reckon. I don't think we need. I don't know if there's anything even smaller than that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the cheapest one, isn't it? Yeah. And we don't need anything bigger than that, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and we'll just lease that out. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing okay. And welcome back to another episode here on the farm. So, yeah, we're going to be doing this field here today. We're going to get that all done. And then just kind of go from there, really. So, yeah, should be nice and easy. So obviously to crack on with that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fire up this thing. Now, I think we're going to use this tractor. We're going to go and row it all up. There's not really too much else that we can really crack on with at the moment, to be honest. So I've done all of the fertilising on there. So this is the last 2 jobs left for us to do. So yeah, so I need to get a window set up. So that'll do nicely. So yeah, we'll get that all hooked up. The only other thing I have got actually in here is another bale that I need to go ahead and pick up as well. I've got one more bale here that I can use to mix, that I'm going to put in with some silage, I believe. Yeah, that should be alright, shouldn't it? So yeah, that'll be okay. So that's all good there. So what we'll do is we'll hook this up then. Right, let's go start this thing up. So yeah, so we're going to just get all of this hay all done today. And then, yeah. I don't know actually if we want to start this right this second, or if we want to just wait for a little while. The only thing I will say with that is... we do need to go ahead and actually pick up. I don't want to do it too early, to be honest, because obviously if we do it too early, then obviously we've got a bit of a problem. I need to go ahead. I'm going to be also picking up the JCB telehandler this morning. I'm not sure if there's nothing else booked in for a service at the moment. So that's fairly nice and easy. I don't think there's anything else that needs a service. I'm not sure what the combine's looking like hours-wise. That's okay. I mean, we have not really used this tractor very much either. And this will need a service, but I'm not quite there just yet. The only problem is, obviously, I can't meet the lorries because then we'd end up stuck. Or they close it off when the lorries come in for obvious reasons. So yeah, but I think we're kind of done with everything else that we need to do on here at the moment. Yeah, I will just go for a little quick walk, just have a little ganders around. Obviously we're going to be slowing next to 21 probably tomorrow. But yeah, so apart from that, there's not really too much else left for us to do, to be honest. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to have a little go at some slowing tomorrow. But yeah, apart from that, I think we're all kind of finished in the best kind of position that we can be in, really. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, we've got some grass over here, which obviously is going to be growing up nicely. There's not really too much else that we really need to get done, to be truthfully honest. Yeah, I mean, this field here all looks nice and good. Let's have a little look at this one while we're here. So yeah, this is full, that's all good. This one here should all be good as well. It does need... oh no, it doesn't. So we'll need some fertiliser, but we'll do that on the next growth cycle next month. I don't understand why we've got no contracts running at the moment. But, oh well. But yeah, so that field's all looking good. So yeah, we're looking quite good at the moment. So I think we'll just have to go with the flow and get all of this hay all worked up, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, like I said, they do close the store when the lorries come, so I don't want to be waiting forever and ever up there. So, but that's really weird with the skylight like that, isn't it? But yeah, so we can do another TMR mix, potentially. I don't mind doing another TMR mix, actually. We have got one more TMR mix that actually needs to be done before... take this back off. Let's do another TMR mix for now. Okay. Get that all hooked up. Oh, hello. Right. Yeah, I'll leave that there for a minute. Yeah, I'll kind of change plan. I want to do a little TMR mix. I've got another bale to get rid of that's in that shed. The trouble is I don't have any space to store any more bales. So we have left it a little bit late, but obviously this now allows us to fill up the trough maximum. Hence the reason that we've gone and leased a trailer. It saves us a bit of time here and there, or near enough anywho. I don't need to switch this on at the moment, actually. I just realised, am I being stupid? Can I even get around there? I can. So yeah, we're going to line it right up with the ramp. Sure, we're almost hitting the ramp if we can. Obviously we know how difficult it is to get it in there. It's good. So yeah, we're going to do another round of feeding onto the yeah, we've got another round of feeding to do onto the cattle, sorry, and then the sheep will get a load. The sheep, like I said, we're going to top that one up because that's not really a problem. We don't need to keep on doing the sheep in theory. So yeah, obviously, yeah, we've got the fence there. So like I said, we've got that, which is going to be loaded up at 7 AM in the morning. It's not been loaded up tonight. I just suddenly realised. Because otherwise they're sitting there all night, which obviously we can't do. We are running out of jobs though, to be fair. It's very, very quiet still. It's very, very quiet. I mean, we can go and carry on with the BGA, but we're only just topping it up. We're not doing anything major with it. Got some more bales to go over there, but why? There's no real need to at the moment. I know we are scratching around for jobs, and obviously it'll be a bit easier, but then we'll be... That's the thing, even when we want to... Well, even when we do need to go and top it up, we'll be going over there anyway, so even if we just took one bale at a time, that'll be enough. So we're not really changing anything. Yeah, I want the hay to rest for another hour or so at least. Maybe 2, depending on how long this takes. Yeah, I don't know why we left the fence out there last night. That was a little bit silly, really. I don't think we should have done that, but... Yeah, so all of the fields are looking pretty good, to be fair. We've done everything we needed to do with them. It just shows when you put your mind to it, and actually when you've got enough time, you can just crack on and knock it all out of the ballpark. But yeah, so like I say, I want to fill up the sheep so that pretty much they're done for now. And then the hay that we make in bales is just going to be fed gradually to cattle in the same time scale. Because the problem is, obviously, with the TMI, it'll go off quicker than what the silage will. So obviously they're eating near enough what we put in. Well, it should be a little bit more, because obviously there's a little bit left. But you're never going to be able to work that out completely. But yeah, so I hope that you guys are all doing okay. And yeah, welcome back to another episode here on the farm. I do love this farm, to be fair. Hello. How are you there? I swear it's the same sheep that gets out all the time. He usually finds his own way back in. The other problem that I've got actually is wool as well. I don't know if that's going to become a problem. I don't think it'll become a problem until next month. I'm not really that fussed. Oh, hello. I need to switch this on, otherwise nothing's going to happen. Way! A bit wobbly, right. See, all of these bales here are going down to the BJ, along with, I'm assuming, the one on its side there, but then there must be a reason it's on the side and not with the others. So I'm happy to use it. Obviously we'll know as soon as we open it up, but we'll just carry on with this one. I'll give this one a prod, just so I've got a area to open it with. I can't remember if it's one bale or 2. I don't know why, that's terrible. I think we should be okay with just the one. Well, hey, that spun around a little bit. Broken the top of that fence now, I reckon. Yeah, we didn't really. We should have put it a lot more central in the central fork. Idiot. Well, hey. I don't. I'll go ahead and I'll just put this away. I think that should be okay, shouldn't it? Just have a little look at the mixer quickly. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. That's what we want. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this away. Yeah, I should never really leave the vent out. I don't know why I did that last night. Alright. So yeah, we'll let it mix while we go ahead and we take this back. And then we will go ahead and we'll dump that at the sheep. And then we can go on the hay. I mean, generally we want 3 days. I could leave it at 4, but it's been such lovely weather. And also as well, I want to crack on. Get the slowing done tomorrow. Where are we then? We're 26th tomorrow, so that'll be that. And then 27th, 28th is probably going to be all about moving animals. Been moving animals on all 3 days. To be fair. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. I did have a bit of brainwave as well last night, is that the cattle, because they're maximum of what we can legally put in that area, when they're going to calve, we've got to halve that. Whether we should have done it as stages, I'm trying to work out if that's actually going to be useful or not. I don't know. Or whether maybe by which point we might have enough money to get another cow shed. Because obviously the more cows we have, the better. Ideally. We don't have a huge amount of cows. Oh, that's gone straight into the pallet. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. So yeah, so we'd lost some silage. The other thing I need to go ahead and do is pick up some seed. I know that there was some seeds over there, so that's not an issue. But I'm in no real rush to do that. So these guys have already hit 20%. They're also quite full and slow as well. 150 cattle in there. Be interesting to see if we actually manage to pull more cattle in. I don't know. I mean, I suppose we've got the space. I want to put some more cattle in. We only need to have one pen to be able to discharge them out to. Because as soon as we have one pen, we just sell the others and then swap them back in. So we only have to have one pen, but then obviously you could argue, why have a pen that doesn't do anything? There is that. I suppose it'd just be a very, very basic 75 cow pen. Right. We'll dump another load here. Once this load is done, we'll be then ready to rake it all up. I'm going to get it all raked up today. Just because obviously then we risk losing. Well, like I said, I'm going to get them to fill both cattle in. Both sheep in, sorry. That's the only problem, is obviously that we're going to have now 2 sets of sheep, but it is what it is. So yes, they're all going to be loaded up at 7 AM in the morning. Yeah, it's about right, isn't it? Because obviously I don't have the time, unfortunately, to round them all up and know which ones I'm rounding up either. I don't really deal with that kind of stuff. Hello, buddy. I don't know if we're going to be able to give them some more straw. Got a lot of muck actually at the moment. While we're here, we need to get some muck off as well. Get some more muck taken away, I think, because we're still pretty full. There's a lot of muck in there, isn't there? Get this closed for a second. Yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of muck. We should be doing that every time. Alright, let's just hope they don't come out. Oh, come on. There we go. Get this all taken away. If I could keep a nice clean muck pile, because it's not very nice to the people doing it, obviously having old muck on. So, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, if we keep on top of this a little bit better. Lower that right down. Alright. Lift that up. Lovely. I do like this little setup actually. Good way of clearing quite a bit of muck at any one time. As you can see, we've hardly made a dent in the actual muck. There we go. I do like this little tractor. Quite a good little job. Just bring that up slightly. Mate. Okay then. That's quite funny. Oh, that was excellent. Oh, I never laughed so much in my life. Oh, that was funny. Right. I think we might have gone a little bit too far. I hope we're not losing anything. That's better. You don't want to go down quite that far. If we do that, we might start losing something. Yeehaw! Oh, hello. I think I might have lost something on that. Just hit, just swipe them. It does go out quite far, doesn't it? Luckily, we're not going that far. Yeet. Bow up. Come on. I don't understand. The controls of this are quite difficult, actually. It's not really happening, is it? Hang on. Yeah, the controls are a little bit difficult to understand on this. Different things do different things. Well, no shit. Put that right down to the bottom. We're getting a good pile of manure there. I don't really need to worry that, like the slurry, because I've got a way to store that. And so as soon as we hit autumn anyway, we'll be going mental through the manure. Whereas the slurry not so much. I think the slurry on grass and the manure on stubble. Well, I think we did the opposite previously, but yeah. I've kind of adapted now to the best practices around here. It depends entirely on the soil anyway, as to what's best, but yeah, I think that's probably best. Power! Speed and power! Hello. As long as we fill that all up today, I don't really mind too much. And don't impale the dog. That'd be good. But yeah, like I said, I've only really got these sheds over here to be able to put the hay in, really. That crap there annoys me. I don't know if we're actually going to need any more bales. I don't know. I need to do some research as to what bales are good enough. I don't know. You look at that. I mean, we have lost quite a bit of straw. But obviously I need to work out what the maximum straw is and then take that off. I think we should be doing a bale a day. I was at least attempting to do a bale a day anyway. Get that off. Let's try and have a little... Let's see if we can get a bale done a day. I don't know what the maximum is, so I need to work that out against what's on here at the moment. Right, let's have a little look. So, I know that it's 46,997 or whatever the hell that means on my app. So, or 974, whatever. That's good. So I'll go ahead and I'll pick up. I should be doing this whenever I do the feeding anyway. So we're not doing any feeding for the sheep because obviously they're going to have hay off of this field in a little while. And they're possibly that'll be it for them anyway. I think what we've got here will probably suffice for now. I'm going to loosen off them a little bit. Because also as well, they're going to have lambs. And the lambs will stay with their mothers for about 30 days. And they'll eat less food. So we don't have to be quite on such a feeding regime with them as we do the cattle. The cattle's a slightly different story. Yeah. whether it be worth getting another pen to split 75 cattle into, potentially. We'll have to have a little look into that. I don't see why not. Only temporarily. But it would mean a lot of moving about and stuff. Changing... I mean, we can change them into pastures, it's not really a problem. But I'm also conscious that obviously we need to get this cleared because the oats will be ready next month and we'll have straw to put into here. So we need to get it cleared. And we've got plenty of straw reserves, we've got plenty of size reserves, so what is stopping us getting more cattle? We don't even need to sell the ones that we've got with that, that's the thing. Obviously I will, but we don't need to sell them constantly. I don't know. It'd be interesting to have a little think about that. But obviously while I've got a full herd, I don't know. It's just how the sheep worked out in the end, to be honest. One way or another, obviously I had the wrong sheep and things like that. I need to work out what's maximum. As soon as it tells me what's maximum, I can just take the... Because this straw will blow all weigh, so as soon as it's weighed what I want it to weigh... No, I don't really see an issue with that. See, that's not... it has gone. So this actually weighs this. So I've got 5,000 litres in here. So I need to see. That's not even shredded even that well either. Come on. Oh well. It will start shredding. Eventually. Dog. No time for you, buddy. That should be in there a lot better. It should be okay. It'll just push its way through the top. Yeah, it should be in flat. Let's see how we get on. I think it's going to actually turn more the other way, to be honest. Oh yeah, no, we're good. It's reaching. Are we going to end up filling it? I don't know. Yeah, that's full. So out of the 5,000 litres, how much have we just used? Should tell me on my app. Well, I suppose it might take a little while for the numbers to... That's not enough though, is it? Get that taken off. Well no, it tells me it's 7,000. I took a photo of what it was. I thought I did. 4,6. So 5,000. So yeah, so 50,000 litres of straw. So that's 10 bales of straw. Alright. At any one time, obviously, yeah. So we can hold off that again for a little while, because obviously in the summer they'll be spending more time outside. One of those things, isn't it? That happens. So that's good. I was debating whether to wash it, but it's only going to get dirty again. There's literally nothing else that I can do at the moment apart from crack on with getting all of this all sorted. Dog, decide where you're going. Tinkle. So yeah, I can't really do much else. The only thing is that I've just suddenly realised is whether we're actually able to load up 2 trays at a time or not. Don't know. Something I need to have a little look into. Could do the episodes in 2 halves because, in all seriousness, we're not going to have anything else to do. Not unless we get any contract work or anything. We're going to be completely dead. I've leased it now, but we'll see how we get on. Anyway, get this taken off. Get that taken off of there. So we're going to go now. We've got a bit of a buffer stop. We don't have to get it all done today if we don't want to. I can get it all done today. I'd like to get the sheep full. I'd like to get their trough full. Because the other problem, like I say, is obviously storage of said bales. But if we can just backfill it onto the sheep, then that's good. And that's why I didn't ask. Because obviously we need to have the sheep for it. So that's good. This is a big old window actually. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be slow in. Tomorrow we're going to go slow in. And then we've got... I'm never going to get that around there. And then we've got 2 more days then. They're just general, just tied in. Tied and putting some more silage in, putting some more of that in. We seem to be getting at least a crate of vegetables a day. No, they're not cleared yet. Those, we've got 2 there. None of these have yet, actually. Yeah, this is quite a long thing that I think I'd struggle to get around to. Don't fall over. Right. I did rather sail quite close to the wind on this, which obviously is going to be a slight issue for our windrower. I think I kind of made a bit of a baby with that. I cut a bit too close. I don't like any hay left over, that's the thing. Be careful against that wall. I did rather cut very, very, very close. Yeah, see, we're actually riding the wall at the moment, which is not terrible, but missed a little bit there. Okay, that's the worst bit. I suppose we've still got a wall. That's a hedge, so that's not really a problem. See, that's going to be very, very visible from the yard. We can come around and can tidy it up, it's not really a problem. I just wish I hadn't cut quite that far out. A little bit silly from my end. We've got a fence here though, I think not consider that. That's going to be even more problematic. Because obviously they can easily come out. Well, actually we've done okay on this end actually. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow we'll come in, we'll slurry this because I need to clear some cow slurry. And we'll also slurry that top field as well. That's good. Oh dear. Get around there. I don't want to break that because that's the pig enclosure as well. Which means if I break that, the pigs can get into here. You know what pigs are like. I was hoping to get pigs this year, but it's not going to happen. Because I didn't plant any of the corn, because I'm an idiot. It's too late once I'd realised I was going to miss that deadline. It was too late for me. Yeah, I think maybe I should concrete this bit up, because it's not particularly helpful, that little bit there. We'll go back in this direction, may as well, a bit easier on me. I don't know how much... It looks like we're going to get a hell of a lot of hay out of here. Like I said, I don't know how much the sheep are going to need, but that's deliberately why I didn't unload any more sheep. Because I did not want the trough to overflow. Well, obviously, we're going to fill it absolutely up to the top today, but I didn't want it to be absolutely up to the top permanently. I wanted them to get through some of it. And also as well, the longer we keep them on, the more wool we're going to get, because obviously they're sheared every day. Every morning they're sheared. Yeah, at 5 AM they come in, not 5 PM. I don't know why I said 5 PM. It was a bit silly. Yeah, 5 AM they come in, and then that's the last thing they'll do is they'll load them up in the morning. Hopefully both trailers, otherwise we've got a problem. That I'll have to deal with if that's the case. The problem is with keeping both trailers is that the others have got to wait for a long while in a confined space. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that. But you could say that if you're taking them on a 2-hour journey to get somewhere, it's exactly the same. As long as they're not in there for a silly amount of time. Then it's not really a problem. Just got to make sure that's the first thing we do. But yes, hopefully we won't need to feed the sheep, because obviously we're reducing the head count. And then we're increasing it, but like I said, they're not going to eat as much, because obviously they're infants or lambs or whatever. So they're not going to eat as much. So that should pretty much see us set for July. That will take a little bit of work off our plate, because I assume it's going to all kick off in July. I really hope so, otherwise it's going to be a tough year for me. I don't know why in June there's nothing around, it's just completely dead. I don't know if people are selling up, and if so, they're selling to the wrong people. Because either the work hasn't come my way, or... yeah. I don't know. That's the one thing I don't like about growing, is just that, how messy that is. I don't know if this is going to fill it up. The other thing we can do as well is we can keep a load of hay in the forage wagon. So as soon as they get below a certain rate, I don't know, to be decided. As soon as they get below a certain rate, I'll probably keep it in there till August, to be fair. I don't, because obviously this will be ready again in September. So we'll do 2 cuts off of this. Usually it's 2 months between cuts. If I wait that... oh, hello. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, didn't I? That was good until I went and pressed the wrong bloody button. Christ's sake. Numpty. It might be that we fill up the sheep completely. That we still have more to fill up the sheep, sorry. I don't know about that. If we do, that could be a slight problem. I at least want a few bales. Obviously for the cattle. I don't want a massive amount of bales. I need enough bales until that top field's ready, if we're even going to do that for... well, no, because we've just sized it, haven't we? So we've got no more hay coming in. I suppose actually it won't matter too much, because we'll be able to use the forage wagon. Yeah. We'll just have to unload it somewhere. Not really ideal, I suppose, is it? I'm hoping it's going to be fairly even. I'm hoping it's going to be full to the brim of sheep. And then obviously enough. I don't know, maybe just keeping the sheep behind was a bad idea, but... we'd missed it anyway yesterday when I realised, oh shit, we're not going to have enough days to actually be able to load them up with one trailer. We'll have to do something funky if we can't load both trays up. If they don't have enough space, that's going to be the problem. I'm not sure if they're going to be happy loading 2 trays at once. I don't know about that one. Remember, just close that tonight. Right, let's have a quick little snap. Oh wow, with the hot air balloon, let me switch it off actually first. That is beautiful, isn't it? How close that is. Yeah, they're a bit red. Still shows on 46. So yeah, it takes a long while to update. Got a sprayer. I don't know why we're not getting any contracts. I don't know if everything's just broken, if everything... I know there's not... We should be getting some more... yeah, we should be getting some more grass. There's a lot of grass still about. That's why I don't want to take a work away from anybody, but at this point... like I said, people must be selling. And they're selling to the wrong person, because... yeah, no one's actively saying that... I mean, that field looks okay. I've never seen anybody in it. Never do. Right. There we go. Get it all nicely folded up. So, truth be told, I don't know how much hay we're actually going to produce here. If it's going to absolutely just clobber that, I don't know. I really have got no idea. So, God, that was a bit of a bump, wasn't it? See. That's a bit rough, isn't it? This gate's going to be a bit fun. This gate's going to be a bit funky. So it's 12 o'clock now, so it's midday. So we're not doing terribly. So we need to get the wagon on. So yeah, this hay's got to last us for at least a month, pretty much. I might have to buy some more, I don't know. That's the only thing, is that I cannot change my mind. But we don't have enough space to store all of that hay. I'd prefer to have it stored in their trough. So we'll be getting through 1 bale every 2 days. Realistically, we don't even need to go that. I don't even need to go that crazy. Ideally, I'd like to match it up with when we need the straw, but. I don't know, we'll see. This needs a service. Dog! Did he really just do that? He just went between the tractor. He's not scared of anything, that dog. We're gonna get around there? That one's okay. It's not that one that I got the problem with. It's the second one that I got the problem with. Because this gate swings out this way. Oh, yeah. I don't think we really got the window around there, but that's okay. I really don't know how this is going to go. I see, once I've done it once, like this, I think I've only cut this film once, which is crazy in a year. Well, I suppose not really a year yet. Not yet, it's not. That is a big old lump, isn't it? Holy shit. That is filling up quickly. Yeah, it's a good crop, this. Luckily, we've got the buffer stop, so even if we do run out, I'm not really the end of the world. I might finish baling it tomorrow. Depends, because obviously I need to go and pick up this trailer before they close. Not that we're anywhere near there anyway at the moment. I mean, we're looking at 65. Yeah, we're looking at probably getting to the other corner, maybe. Not even that. That's good. That's what we want. How much have they got in there at the moment? Because this also tells us what we've got on. So we've got 23 tonne. See, the smart things know what we've got, so... 34. Yeah, we're easily going to do... To be fair, actually. They've got plenty. 23. So, that might be all that we need. But then we'll also be +1, because like I say, I'm going to keep some in here for the sheep anyway. I'm going to keep some in the trailer. We can empty it if we need to. To get a small chopper, actually. No, I could have put it into other trailers. But then... Yeah. I mean, that might remove the whole idea of pit silage, but then we can just dump the rest of the hay whenever we're ready. But because the hay won't go off, they can just have that and they can just nibble at that. But then they're probably going to be okay. I reckon this will fill them looking at it. Obviously, you never know how much hay you're going to get off or whatever, so... Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference, to be honest. I suppose it's a few bales. I suppose even storing one bale extra is difficult. Yeah, I don't... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. That just slid. It was alright yesterday, and then it just slid. When I opened the gate, it just slid. Jesus Christ, okay. Now we're in the bloody wall. That's just not really gone too well. I can't believe how much that just slid. Should have been more on that, man. Oh, that was silly. Righto. That's why I had it there, I suppose. But yeah, no, that near just slid. I wasn't expecting it to slide like that. It's quite light, this trailer. Very light. I'll leave that there for now then. That was alright last night. Just slid completely. Just the doors just slid. Right. Now, the conveyor's a little bit of an interesting one, because I don't think it'll appreciate me putting that all through the conveyor. I should be okay with this, though, to just tip it backwards. In theory, I should be okay, but... I'm hoping I should be okay. He's saying no. Yep. Okay. I don't know if I can get in here quickly whilst there's a break. So yeah, the trough's a bit of a mess. It does need tidying, probably just with a shovel. See, I cannot see anything, so I've got to be a bit careful. Just hope that sheep doesn't try and come in at the same time. No, we're good. There we are, that's it, that's full. They took half of that. It's not terrible, is it? I can't believe that slid. I suppose it's a bit downhill, isn't it? So, as soon as I just opened up the gate, it just slid completely. But yeah, it's the last time that the sheep will see me, I reckon. So that's not terrible. I was hoping for maybe a bit more space than that, but that's okay. That's not a shambles, to be honest. That's not a complete mess. No, that's fine. We need to get it baled actually, because obviously we're going to have that many bales, we've got to allow a bit of time to clear them, so that will probably be tomorrow. So I'm glad that we left that buffer stop now, because I didn't know how many bales. It might have been just 3 or 4 and I could just pick them up on one afternoon, but yeah, that's going to take all of tomorrow. So I need to get it baled tonight and then picked up. Anyway, that has solved our theory. Like I say, I'm going to fill this back up so that we can just use this again later on in, maybe in July. I don't know. I don't think we will need to, because like I said, we're reducing on the amount. So we're going to have lots of bits. I'm going to have to also individually cart the bales. I'm glad that we've got that buffer, because we're going to have a lot of bales now. So I'm glad that we've got a buffer. That's good. Yeah, I never like messing it all up. Right, so that'll stay full for however long. If we need to do some pit silage, we should have enough space then to empty it, but I can't see me doing some pit silage. We've got no need to. Well, I have got some pits. I've got 2 pits actually. They're not very big, but I have got some pits. And like I said, I want to build some more at the BGA, but when funds allow for that. So I was at one point planning on doing field 25, but I do not have the dough for that, unfortunately. I spoke to my accountant, they was like, no, absolutely not. It is not a good idea. So, with that in mind, we'll keep plodding along at what we got. That was when work was looking very, very bleak. I did find enough to do, but work's still dull, shall we say, at the moment. The next question is, do we want to do round or squares? I mean, 1 square and 1 silage round was pretty good. And it also means we don't have to do as much silage, which is worth more. Therefore, if we have any over, i.e. if we have any over at the end of the year that we can sell, it'll be worth more than hay. So I think squares... In saying that, we don't have a square baler. Yeah, we don't have a square baler. Rounds it is. I don't know why I thought we had a square baler. It's been such a... Well, I haven't used it obviously yet this year. Because we used... For some reason we decided to lease the equipment. That's what I'm thinking of. Not an issue. I just realised, is that going to try and wrap that? Bollocks. We might have a problem. I don't know if that's going to try and wrap that. I don't think it will. But I need to do some testing. I don't want to lose a bale. I also want to do some squares. What is that as well? It's wool. So I'm blind, I'm not seeing anything. Butter. Perfect. We've got loads of that. Right. Yeah, let me have a little look, because otherwise we're going to be a bit stuffed. I didn't really consider that. Okay. So I might be able to get away with it. From what I can see with this model online, I think we might be able to get away with it. I should be, or not what, well, online / in the computer. It looks like we should be able to get away with it. We'll find out. Otherwise we're going to have a bale that's not particularly nice. The other thing is that I also need to get rid of some silage bales, because again, we're running out of space to store silage bales, really. It's not terrible, but we don't... Yeah. He's out again. That's a different one. I'm hoping that we can just... we should just be able to just deactivate the round. That's why you have two. Oh. I think I prefer round, but I don't know. I'm hoping that doesn't mean we have to have two, but I suppose we'll never know. I ain't got a round hay bale yet. See how we get on. If we lost the bale, it is what it is. Christ on the bike. Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? Right, hopefully it's not going to try and wrap this. That's good. It's not. Sweet. So we can actually use this baler. That's good. Perfect. I did get the settings right. That's good. Perfectamundo. Just do the same as what it does with straw. And yes, I have seen other people doing this. I'm not the only one in the world to wrap something other than silage. Well, bale something other than what's meant for silage with a silage baler. Jesus, yeah. That's a lot of bales. I really do need the JCB. Well, the JCB's done now anyway. I can go and pick it up. It's just slow. Yeah, I'm glad we left that extra buffer day, because these bales are not going to be collected today. They'll be baled today. That's good actually, because it means we only need to find a job for one day, which will be filling up the seed and just generally just messing about. So yeah, 26th will be... Tomorrow we'll be moving the bales, 27th will be slurry, and then 28th will be, like I said, just general, just making sure everything's good before I go away for a few days. I could put auto drop on, I keep on pressing the button. Don't know why. Can't bother to change it, to be honest, because I never remember the button on this thing to change it. I do want to tidy up a little bit around some of these. It's not too bad now I'm not in a bloody window, although to be fair I'm up against that wall. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make it all into bales. I'm glad I did what I did, because we're getting a lot of bales off of this. So I need to have enough space to be able to store them. The other option actually is that I store them where the trailers are at the moment, where those two big trailers are, because that's nice and close. Don't have to faff about on the road or anything. And the closer the better, really. But there's not a lot of space on... there's not a lot of weather boundary, if you like, on that shed. But it don't really look like I've got a lot of choice, to be honest. I think that'll probably be the only place for them at the moment. That's going to be a full day's job. I'm glad I gave myself the buffer day. Otherwise I'll be working till about 10 o'clock tonight. Keep on forgetting about that. Let me turn the bloody... I can't... I got this far. That's a hell of a lot of bales. I'm really quite worried actually with the amount of bales I'm doing here. Where the hell we're going to put them? So in that shed would be good. Oh! Come on, come back. Oh, bollocks. Is that... Huh? Okay, it started fading like that. That was interesting. You really made a faff up of that one. The pickup ain't even wide enough for the bloody swath. Christ on the night. I wish I could watch something while I'm doing this, but it requires a lot more concentration than that. It's the last time a lot of those sheep will be roaming around, because obviously I'm halving it. Because they're going to be lambing at the end of the month. There's a lot of bales in here. There's a lot of bales in here. Could you imagine though, if I only had half, which would probably correlate to like 75%? There's so many bales. There's a lot more than what I ever thought there'd be. We need to get a square baler, but I can't afford anything else at the moment. We could have potentially leased one, but we're doing it this way now. Yeah, maybe I should have actually got a square one. Should also be making up some bigger bales. That's a lot of bales, isn't it? I think we should have done some squares. I need to get a square baler. It's not a lot of bales in here. We've probably only done 15. Is there a lot of bales in here? Perfect. That'll do. We'll get a full bale up here. May as well try and get, well, we need to get to 100% because obviously we can't leave, well, I suppose we could leave hay in there, but it would be a bit silly. That lovely sound. Right, there we go, that's enough. Good. That's perfect to Monday. Lovely. I think we're going to try and put them into that shed. Yeah, I should have done that as squares, thinking about it. And that was a bit of a downfall, but oh well. I think squares would have been a bit easier to store, because we could have stored them on top of each other, but oh well. Never mind. That's good. Yeah, I think I might swap this for a square this season. Although it is useful for wrapping, but that's about all it's useful for. I've just suddenly realised that. Yikes. Yeah. That's a lot of bales. We could have actually changed the bale size as well. I don't know what it's set to. It's finished now, but yeah. No, this doesn't have a different one actually. How much do square bales hold? It's not even probably even going to tell me, is it? No, I don't know how much they hold. Doesn't tell me. So that's the one that we've got, isn't it? What one have we got then? We've got the modded one. That one actually tells you how much. That's 4,000. That's the only one that tells you how much it is. Yeah. I've just suddenly realised that. That was probably a little bit stupid on my behalf. Oh well. We've done it that way now. We're okay for now. We're not in trouble at the moment. So that's good. I should have washed it because it's filthy. Yeah, I should have washed it. Lovely. Did forget to take a photo, which is a bit silly, but oh well. I need to go and pick up the trailer. Yeah. I don't want to run out of jobs. Obviously, we're not going to tomorrow. I'm glad I got the buffer time. Yeah, I'm not sure about using that stacker. I think we'll probably do them by hand or with the telehandler ready. Yeah, I've just suddenly realised that. We should probably go for a bigger baler. Because that will allow us to compact it more. I just suddenly realised that. Oh well. Done it that way. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I realised halfway through, I was like, hold on a moment. Should be using the square baler for this. Some point the penny dropped. So yeah, that should all be done now. I can go ahead and we can pick that up. It'd be nice to know how much that is actually and get that paid now. Oh yeah, you're alright. Yeah, I'm here to just pay the bill for the JCB. Yeah, I'll move it tomorrow and also pick up the seed and the trailer. Yeah, it's grand, yeah. Yeah, lovely. Yep, I need it back, yeah, lovely. Perfect. Cheers! Okay. Alright, let's get this paid to start off with. And they can give me the key for it. See how much that's going to be. 9 grand. Or nearly 10 grand. Alright. Fair enough. That's all paid, alright. Yeah, no worries. Perfect, yep. Lovely. Lovely, perfect. Thanks, guys. I just realised there's not a lot of point in me bringing this down here. So we may as well load this up in the morning. Let's get this all set up. So that's obviously all been paid. I may as well... I don't know the best way to do it. Because I don't have the bag lifter, which is a bit silly. I didn't know that I need it, to be fair. But then we're not going to have enough to do. I suppose we are now, but I just hope, well, I say I hope we don't get any contracts. I hope we do get some contracts, but I just kind of hope we don't get any now. I don't think we will now, to be honest. Otherwise, that's going to put our schedule into a little bit more doubt. It's alright, we'll just pick up the JCB tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure we'll even have enough space on the thing. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. That's a grass, isn't it? Yeah, Field 10. I've never really noticed that one. Next to ours. I've got to start buying up some fields, but I can't do anything at the moment. It's going to be at least next year, currently. We should have this debt paid off by the end of the year. Provided we have a decent year. Currently, it's not looking particularly bright. But, never say never. Right, let's get this. Can we do 2 at a time? I'm hoping we can, but I don't know. Obviously, there's this one here, but I need to make sure that the gate will shut. It's the same problem that we had before, is that the gate don't shut. That's good. And I just need to make sure this gate will shut as well. I could leave them in here, but obviously it would just be a little bit brave to do that. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, does it? So make sure that the gate actually shuts that. Good. Yeah, I think if I try and do that. Okay. Now, my question is, can we get away with using both of these? I'd rather not leave both tractors out, in all honesty. Okay, I can't. That's a problem. Okay. They might just have to just reverse one forward, reverse one back. I saw the key for them, they might just have to do it that way. I know we should be okay actually. That's interesting then. Annoyingly, you can't pick what one. Although now we're looking at both still. It's confusing. It really is confusing me. So yeah, we can select them to obviously be loaded up. I wonder if that was... I don't know. See if I can move this one out of here. So yeah, this back just goes down. I don't know if we've gone too far against the wall. Oh no, we should be okay. Let's have a little look. Okay, so we can do both of them, in theory. Now if I move this one out of the way, how's that one look? Can I then do that one as well? No, I can't seem to use that one. It doesn't seem to like me too much. Yeah, it's just going over from that side. It doesn't load. It doesn't load up at all there, does it? That's odd. I don't know why that one doesn't load. I think maybe leasing that was possibly a little bit pointless. I was hoping I'd be able to get them all loaded up at the same time, but I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't like that trailer at all. Okay. Well, there's something that isn't quite right here. It does not like this at all. That's strange, isn't it? Okay. Right, we're going to have to come up with another plan then, I think. Yeah, I don't really know. I just know it's not really working properly. I know we can't leave this here. If we just, realistically, if we left that like that, could we then use that? We could in theory. Now if we reverse this one, so we've got to be careful that the sheep aren't coming out. I reckon it's so tight. It checks. Alright. Can we do it on this corner? That's the BHX, that's that. How far can we reverse this out? Can we literally just stand this actually right here? It does mean we're going to have both tractors, which is not really ideal. But like I said, I don't want them to do any moving, because obviously that just creates problems for me. I could come out in the morning and move it, but it's a bit early for me. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really like that at all. So, yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately. Right, okay. So I don't know as to how the hell we're actually going to do this. If I leave both traders here overnight, that's just the way it works, isn't it? Really? Just the way it's going to have to work. So if I reverse this one right up, right, that'll sit there, that's fine there, and then what I'll do is I'll leave I'll then leave this one here, far enough away from that gate. Oh Christ, that's tight. So if I take that off literally right there, take that off the back. Now, are we going to have an issue here that prevents us from being able to do this? Because at the moment, obviously, it's that one. Which is obviously fine. But if I then pull this forward, can we then remove it off of that one and use that one? It would be helpful if I put the ramp down. I don't know why we're faffing with this so much. It is what it is. It works. It doesn't work. That's still nowhere near close enough. Okay. So it looks like we can't actually put... Hello? It looks like we're really going to struggle having that here then. I think we'll have to leave both tractors on and we will have to ask them to move them. Which is not really ideal because obviously ideally they need the training, but it's not really an issue as long as they don't mess it up. So that's better. So that will then load that up. And then that will then need to be pulled through and then we can just load that one up. If I pull this back round, we'll then load that one up as well. Now if I go in between these two, will they be alright there? Is the question that I do now have. God, that's a bit close, isn't it? Because we know that one's alright. So will this one be alright there? Doesn't leave me a lot of space, does it? These bloody gates on the back. No. So they literally have to be one behind each other. Which is so infuriating. Why it's so small like that. I don't know why I've still got these backs open like this. I don't know why I'm faffing about with this quite this much. Right, that's fine there. And then we'll just have to just mess around with that one somehow. Right, I'll just pull that one up. There we go, that'll do. I'm not really going to faff about with it. I can't be bothered anymore, but yeah. So these two here all both could be loaded up tonight. Yeah. I'm not going to faff about it anymore. We'll leave the tractors on there because they'll need both tractors. Unfortunately. So yeah. It is what it is, isn't it? It's not ideal leaving them there, but they'll be alright there. Kind of don't really have a lot of choice. Unless I bring, just say, yeah, no, they'll still need both tractors because obviously then they've got to take the implement off, which is a bit more difficult. But yeah, so that'll load that one up, and then they'll have to just fuss about with that one. Actually, no, they should be all okay there, actually. No, they should be okay. Anyway, that'll do for today's episode. And obviously I'm just faffing around, getting them in the best position to be able to load them up. Definitely better than what it was anyway, so yeah. It weren't too bad in the end. Like I said, probably won't use the stacker tomorrow. I don't know. You might use the stacker. I don't know if we'll be able to, I don't think we'll be able to do much with the stacker. I think it'd be better if we just do it handball it. Not literally handball it, obviously, because they're one-ton bales, but yeah, I think we should have done squares. I think I'm going to work towards getting a square baler, but it's a long way off at the moment. So yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Until next time, everybody, thanks ever so much for watching, and tomorrow we should have some sheep in the field. So yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed. Evening, and yeah, we'll see you all soon. Till next time, everybody, thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Ta-da!